Yeah, top of the morning, top of the morning. First and foremost, all praise to the Most High. First and foremost, all praise to the Most High. Without the Most High, I wouldn't be able to make these videos, and without the Most High, y'all wouldn't be able to watch it, man. I just want to tell you guys, man, how great you guys are, man. I'm gonna get right into the video, man. This video basically is on how basically women cannot raise boys at all. They can't raise us. And the reason why I say that to say this is that when you break the whole thing down, it's like when you break the whole thing down, right? It's like women teach you things far as they teach you how to cook and clean, right? And like just even being in the household, a lot of you brothers, you could think about when you was young, right? When you wasn't able to work and lived in your mother household and stuff, right? When you lived in your mother household, you was taught like the basics, cooking, cleaning. These are like little things that you was taught, or maybe you just mimic it because your mother did it every day, so it's like it became second nature. I just want to tell you guys, like a lot of the stuff she taught you, it didn't have to do with reality. Because, for example, like your mother taught you how to cook and clean. How does cooking and cleaning is gonna help you in the real world if you don't got no apartment? You get what I'm explaining to you? Most of the time, when we was raised and we was brought up in a single parent home, and your mother never taught you about credit and stuff, because like I told you in previous videos, women didn't need credit to get Section 8. You understand? So 9 out of 10 times a female had an apartment, and most of the time they got an apartment through Section 8, going to the shelter and etc. So that's another video I'm gonna talk about the shelter. And a lot of times when the things your mother showed you, it wasn't really benefit you to prepare you for life. So for example, like I told you before, credit. Your mother didn't teach you about credit at all. Like I said again, cooking and cleaning doesn't matter if you don't have an apartment. You understand? Your father's supposed to teach you about credit. Your father's supposed to teach you about certain things in life, how to maneuver, you understand, through life and etc. etc. But most of the time, our fathers not around to show us how to be, you understand, men. So what I mean, a female can raise a man, I'm meaning that your mother can't teach you, and most of the time women don't teach men about credit and getting themselves together and establishing themselves. Most of the time, when you get with a girl, you get married, 9 out of 10 times her credit is better than yours, because society prepared them in order for them to get their credit. So for example, when a female get a house in Section 8, she might have to get electric. She might have to get certain things in her name, and that's part of building her credit. So most of the time when a female grow up, she already established some form of credit. You understand? Sometimes they mess their credit up young, but most of the time they establish some sort and some form of credit. So now when it comes to us men, we don't really get our credit together until later on in life. When we get kicked out of our mom's house, or we get kicked out of our girlfriend's or our baby mother house or our wife's house. When we get kicked out of places like that, then we start to establish credit, because now we on our own. But if our mothers taught us these young, then we'd be ahead of the game. So your mother teach you to be under and to be subjugated under people your whole life. Y'all understand? So a lot of y'all gotta understand is that a female cannot raise a man. I tell y'all that over and over again. She can show you little things, but she cannot raise a man. And I tell y'all that over and over and over again. You have to understand it, you have to get it. That's why I tell you guys, keep your boys under your wing. If you got sons, if you got nephews, little brothers, keep them under your wing. Establish credit for yourself. Establish things for yourself where you can, you understand, show these young men how to be men. As far as getting your credit together, getting your own apartment, you understand, later on in life, getting a condo, getting a house, because everything takes time. So a lot of y'all guys, y'all gotta understand, and y'all gotta change the trajectory on just life and just being a young man transitioning to a man. Show your son, get CD accounts for your son so they can have some type of rapport with a bank. These are things that our mothers never showed us. These are things that our mothers never established. Our mothers never showed us things to keep us ahead of the game. And most of the time you live with your mother, if she did have good credit, most of the time she had things in her name. So for example, if you live with your mother and you wanted to get something, instead of her building your credit, she would get the car or whatever in her name. So now you still under her control. So now she could tell you what and what not to do. Because you know why? When you act up or you get out of line, she could just take everything out of her name. She could just pull you off the insurance. Y'all see where I'm going at? So when you teach your sons how to build credit young and they get credit, now they could get their own apartments. Now they could, you understand, do things on their own. They could deal with women accordingly. And that's the whole point. A lot of us, we was hoodwinked. A lot of us was sold wolf tickets. And everything that we went through and been through, we got to teach our sons. We have to teach our sons. So now our sons are ahead of us. And that's the whole goal in life. Y'all have to understand these things, man. 9 out of 10 females do not teach their sons how to be men because they don't. Most of the time when a female lived by herself, she probably went to the shelter, went through Section 8 and got an apartment. It's very, very extremely hard for a female. I'm not saying females haven't done it, but the vast majority of women, when they get apartments, is through a shelter, through Section 8. Y'all got to understand these things. So y'all have to teach your son how to establish credit. Get a CD account for your son. Get secure credit cards for your son. You have to do these things for your son to build his credit. You have to do these things. And now, by the time your son get a certain age or by the time he's in high school, he have good credit. Now, when he need to get an apartment, he's on a list to get an apartment or a condo, whatever you want to do. And that's what a lot of mothers didn't teach us, how to establish credit. And that's another video I'm do. Because most of us, like I said, in single parent homes, and how many of y'all mothers that's in the comments showed y'all how to get good credit and even pushed for good credit for y'all. And the reason why she wasn't doing that, because she wants you to be up under her spell. Once you live in her household, she could tell you what to do. You could be her personal shopper. You could move her car from side to side. You understand? That's just all it is. You just subjugated to be up under her control and do what she say do. You understand? Fathers teach their sons how to fish. Mothers fish for their kids, especially their boys. All right? So like I said again, remember that women cannot raise boys, man. You understand? Without the aid of a man, a righteous or actualized man. And a righteous man does not mean that, oh, you're going to do everything right. That don't mean that. A righteous man means standing on principle. Because a lot of women misinterpret, oh, a righteous man is a man who don't cheat. No, that's not a righteous man. I mean, that don't mean a man ain't righteous because he falls short. Remember that. A righteous man is a man who stands on principle, values, and morals. That's a righteous man. A man who's going to put real things before fake things. That's a righteous man. Nothing more, nothing less. Remember that. I'm going to do a video on that too. Alright, so like I said, I love you guys, man. Keep being great, man. Remember, save your son. Save these boys. So now they got a chance to proceed and move forward from a man's standpoint. From a fair standpoint. I got it. Like I said, I love you guys, man. Keep being great. All praise to the Most High. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, man. Holla back. Peace and blessings.